Om Swastiastu. So we are from SJDB4, PSSKPD 2021. So we're going to explain non-dermatopid onychomycosis. So this is the team members of the SJDB4, and this is the outline of this student project.
Hello doctors and friends, I'm Jason Nathaniel. The last three digit astro number is 090. I will explain about the background. Onychomycosis is a chronic fungal infection involving nail, especially toenails or fingernail with nail dystrophy. Usually the thumb and hallux are the big toenails. Causes of onychomycosis include dermatophytes, yeast, and non-dermatophyte molds or NDM. The majority of onychomycosis is caused by dermatophytes, while yeast and NDM each contribute for about 10% of cases of onychomycosis worldwide. The prevalence of onychomycosis is increasing with age. In elderly, involving 40% of population compared to the only 10% in the general population. NDM has become increasingly common as a cause of onychomycosis. Meanwhile, microscopic examination for diagnosis onychomycosis is not always positive in NDM onychomycosis. Require a proper mycological culture positive in at least 3 inoculation. This is leading many cases of NDM onychomycosis go underdiagnosed. But in fact, not all the doctors will perform a mycology examination to look NDM and prefer to start onychomycosis treatment only based on symptoms. Another challenge is the limited research that discuss NDM onychomycosis, making more and more cases of NDM onychomycosis undiagnosed. Therefore, the writer want to discuss more about non-dermatopathic onychomycosis, the etiology, epidemiology, pathogenesis, signs and symptoms, diagnosis, prevention, and its management.
I'm Vicky Samantha with the last digit of student number 079. So the problems and purposes of this writing is to know the importance of understanding the definition of non-dermatophytes onychomycosis, to know the importance of understanding the epidemiology of non-dermatophytes onychomycosis, to know the importance of understanding the etiology of non-dermatophytes onychomycosis, to know the importance of understanding the pathogenesis of non-dermatophytes onychomycosis, to know the importance of understanding the signs and symptoms of non-dermatophytes onychomycosis, to know the importance of understanding how to diagnose non-dermatophyte onychomycosis, to know the importance of understanding the differential diagnosis of non-dermatophytes onychomycosis, to know the importance of understanding how to treat patients with non-dermatophytes onychomycosis, and the importance to know how to understand the prognosis of non-dermatophytes onychomycosis. Thank you.
Hello doctor and friends, my name is Giovanka Ferencia Purnama with student number 148 and I will explain about the definition of onychomycosis. So onychomycosis is an invasive fungal disease which attack patient's nail. Onychomycosis mostly caused by non-dermatophytes molds. Non-dermatophytes onychomycosis are a common form of fungi which can be seen in saprophytes and plant pathogens in nature. This type of fungus cannot live in keratinized cell and they get nutrition from damaged nail due to trauma or dermatophytes infection. Non-dermatophytes onychomycosis has 5 classifications based on the location. In distal lateral subungual onychomycosis, superficial onychomycosis, proximal subungual onychomycosis, total dystrophic onychomycosis, and endonyx onychomycosis.
My name is Samantha Lilan Cipto Putri with 3 last digits of student number 066 and I'm going to explain about the epidemiology of non-dermatophyte onychomycosis or NDO. More than half or estimatedly 65% of general case of onychomycosis is actually caused by dermatophytes, whereas yeast plays around 21% of cases and only around 11% of cases is actually caused by non-dermatophytes mold or ND mold. Where in Indonesia, Candida is actually playing a huge role on NDO itself. Study about epidemiology NDO in Indonesia is actually very limited. However, there are studies on other countries that might be helpful for this literature review. The first one is from Tehran, Iran. They found that incidence on female, estimatedly 56.5%, is actually higher than incidence on male, that is actually 43.6%. They also found that incidence on toenails NDO is actually higher, around 77.7%, than fingernails NDO, around 22.3%. Also, there are other studies, such as in Punjab, India. They found that toenails NDO is also higher than fingernails, whereas toenails plays around 83.9% of cases and fingernails is actually only on 60.09%. They also found that people who are older than 40 years old is actually more common to be infected, around 59.8%, whereas people who are younger than 20 years is less common to be infected, only 10.3% of cases. Study also reported that ND mold infection or NDO is actually influenced by geographical origin. This might be because warm climate divergent ecological, cultural, and also behavioral factors. Thank you.
My name is April, student number 237. So I would like to continue explaining about the etiology of non-dermatophyte onychomycosis or NDO. So it is caused by hyaline and dematiaceous filamentous fungi that are commonly found as soil saprophyte and plant pathogens. Unlike dermatophytes, they are generally not keratinolytic. So they live in the unkeratinized intracellular cement of the host tissue and must take advantage of previous keratin destruction by dermatophytes, trauma, or another nail disease. So for this reason, they are commonly considered as secondary invaders of the nails plate. So although the list in the M species that have occasionally been isolated from nail is quite long, only a few are regularly identified as a real cause of onychomycosis. So such as Fusarium spp and then Acremonium spp, Scitalidium spp, and Aspergillus spp.
Okay, my name is Gede Krishna Arimsadeva with student number 160. Will explain about pathogenesis of non-dermatophyte onychomycosis or NDO. This disease usually infects the nail bed as its primary site, manifested as acute infection accompanied by a low-grade inflammatory response, which resulting in the chronic infection and complete dystrophic onychomycosis. NDO also presents itself historically as spongiosis, acanthosis, papillomatosis with edema, and hyperkeratosis. This is accompanied by a thick inflammatory infiltration, which resulting in hyperkeratotic and thickened in the nail bed and damage to the matrix. Complete dystrophic of onychomycosis that be found in the NDO also cause nail plate to become raised and misplaced, thus resulting in compact hyperkeratosis, hypergranulosis, acanthosis, and papillomatosis with scant perivascular infiltration. This also affect and resulting in a change of the anatomical of the nail, such as in the picture of the slide. Next.
My name is Ayu with student number 113. There are no significant difference in signs and symptoms between dermatophyte onychomycosis and non-dermatophyte onychomycosis. However, nail dystrophy and also discoloration are the most common signs found in onychomycosis in general. The first most common clinical form of non-dermatophyte onychomycosis is the distal lateral subungual onychomycosis or DLSO, which occurs when fungal infection spreads proximally through the hyponychium and proceeded to the nail unit's plates under surface, manifesting as yellow-white and sometimes detached nail plate. The other common clinical form is total dystrophic onychomycosis, which makes the nail appear yellowish, easily crumbled, and thicken diffusely due to complete invasion by fungi. In candidal onychomycosis, a common form of non-dermatophyte onychomycosis, paronychia, which is an inflammation of skin around the nails that can happen in both fingernails and also toenails, is a common clinical finding. Paronychia may present with DLSO or tracheonychia.
Hello, my name is Nada Pramesti with student number 167. Now I am explaining about how to diagnose in non-dermatophytic onychomycosis. Onychomycosis can be caused by non-dermatophytic molds. Generally, the diagnosis of onychomycosis is made by observing the result in microscopic nail specimen and culture as a standard. However, microscopic examination doesn't always give a positive picture in patients with non-dermatophytic onychomycosis. The specimen collection area, nails and the surrounding skin were cleaned first with 70% ethyl alcohol. The first is direct microscopic examination. Nail samples that have been collected are dripped with 10% alcohol for 50 minutes. Second is culture. Culture were performed on seborrheic dextrose agar media containing chloramphenicol and gentamicin. So the diagnostic criteria if the patient is positive for non-dermatophytic onychomycosis are as follows. The first is presence of Mycelium arthrospore or yeast cells in nail specimen under microscope, and the second is the presence of sign of growth on culture at least 3 subsequent inoculation. Thank you.
So my name is Ana Agung Rahpanana Khalifa. So now I'm going to explain about the differential diagnosis to appropriately identify the signs and symptoms of other illness that may have clinical similarities with non-dermatophyte onychomycosis. A thorough examination is required. Psoriasis, onychomycosis dermatophyte, lichen planus, bacterial infection, cortical dermatitis, traumatic onychodystrophy, yellow nail syndrome, and idiopathic onycholidosis are among the other illness. When psoriasis attacks the nails, it generally spread the other parts of the body. Although in other case, nail involvement is the sole symptom, psoriasis can cause onycholysis comparable to non-dermatopic onychomycosis when it affects the nails. Fine pitting on the nail surface, salmon-colored or drop markings from onycholysis that are not visible in non-dermatopic onychomycosis, and nail involvement on both hands all help to diagnosis psoriasis. Onychomycosis caused by dermatopis has a similar clinical presentation, but these two forms must be separated since non-dermatopid have different treatments. After this, my friend will explain the another. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Dani Prema with the student number is 182. So next I want to continue explaining about the differential diagnosis of onychomycosis non-dermatophytes. So the third one is lichen planus. The individuals with lichen planus have aberrant nail problems known as onychorexis and angular deformity that's similar to non-dermatophyte onychomycosis, although there are certain distinctions that may be seen with careful inspections. Next is repeated nail damage or traumatic dystrophy, which causes bacteria infections, will create pigmentation that's similar to non-dermatophyte onychomycosis. So the nail bed evaluations is needed. The next is contact dermatitis, also needed to differentiate by history taking, physical examinations, and the presence of contact dermatitis elsewhere on the body other than the nails are all used to make the right diagnosis. And the last is idiopathic onycholysis and yellow nail syndrome, will make nails may appear yellow and all exposed nails are damaged, but it is still distinguishable from non-dermatophyte onychomycosis. So that's all about the differential diagnosis. Thank you.
My name is Gusti Agung Nanda Suryatama, number 15. The management of onychomycosis aims to eradicate infection in order to improve appearance and avoid complication. There are three options: topical, systemic, and surgery. The first is topical. In topical, it is only used in limited cases. There are two options: amorolfine, available as 5% lacquer, used 1 to 2 times per week for 6 to 12 months. The second option is cyclopirox, available as 8% lacquer, used once per day for 24 to 48 weeks. Now we move to systemic therapy. There are 4 options. Griseofulvin, it is not widely used, given 500 to 1000 mg per day, and contraindicated in pregnancy. The second one is terbinafine. This is the first choice drug, given 250 mg per day for 6 to 12 months, contraindicated in people with liver disease. The third option is itraconazole. This is the second choice therapy, given to patient 200 mg per day for 6 to 12 months. And the last option is fluconazole. This is the third line therapy, given to patient 450 mg per week for 3 to 6 months. The last option is surgery, which involves nails avulsion. It is only limited in cases where 1 or 2 nails are affected. It has high cure rate if combined with topical therapy, but because of high recurrence rate, pain, and nail malformation, it is not recommended.
My name is Ana Agung Ayuda Pengendari with student number 232. Next is about prognosis. There are some factors associated with the therapy of onychomycosis which result in poor response. This can be categorized become patient characteristic and morbidities, type of organism, and their features. For the characteristic and morbidities of the patient, those include older age, previous history of onychomycosis, trauma, peripheral circulation, and immunosuppression. For the organism that involve here are non-dermatophyte, yeast, molds, and infection that caused by both fungal and also bacteria. And for non-features, factors include lateral disease, slowly growing nails, dermatophytoma, and involvement of nail plate for more than 50%.
Good evening, doctors and friends. My name is Ardegita Pramesti, student number 044. Now I'm going to conclude our presentation. So onychomycosis is the most common nail disease that caused by dermatophyte, yeast, and non-dermatophytes mold. There are specific group of people that have been identified to have higher risks to onychomycosis, including the older age, people who have diabetes mellitus, people who live in a hot and humid environment, and genetic, etc. The diagnosis is usually made by observing the nail specimen at microscope or using culture as a standard. The therapy of onychomycosis is to eradicate the infection so the appearance can improve and to avoid the complication. The therapy itself including the topical treatment, the systemic therapy, surgery, light, and laser. I think that's all from SGDB4. Thank you so much for your attention to our speech doctor. So good evening. Thank you.
So that's all about our presentation. So we're gonna close it with Om Santi 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 Om.